everyone, welcome back to Gavsha with Khanak. This is Khanak reporting. Let's get started with today's topic. Oh my god, did you see the market today? It was unexpectedly bullish. Did you see the market? It is the first time unexpectedly that after elections, instead of being bullish, the market was bearish. Did you notice that Nifty dropped 10 points today? Are you in a situation where you really want to know about stock market and are really interested to invest, but you are just tired of hearing these things because you cannot understand because you don't have your basics correct? So what exactly is stock market? For that, we'll have to look that in how many ways a company gets its fund. Now, a company gets its fund on many bases. Now, if we look onto it on the basis of ownership, the company gets its fund through two ways. One is owner's fund and another is borrowed funds. Now, the owner fund consists of the funds that the company gets through its owners. For example, equity shares. And the borrowed funds are the fund which company gets through several types of borrowing, such as public borrowing, crowdfunding, loans, etc. Now, the shares, the stocks that we are talking about are a part of owner's fund. So for that, we'll have to look at what exactly are stocks. Now, a stock or a share are a part, a piece of business, a unit of business that represent ownership. Alright? So when a person gets some shares of a business, it means that they own a piece, a part of business. It may be partial, it may be for a very small part, but they're owner for that little part or that partial part of the business once they get the shares of that amount. So basically, shares or stock are a unit of a business, a piece of a business that represent ownership rights. So now you know what stock market stands for. A platform, a market where the stocks, the shares of a company, a business are exchanged through the buyers and seller at that platform. Now, if we want to understand this stock market concept very clearly, we will have to look at it step by step, that how a company gets into stock market, how the shares are presented, what are the platforms, etc, etc. And now if we look at the first initial step, that how a company gets into stock market, for that we need to take a look at the difference between a public company and a private company first. Now, a private company is a company whose ownership rights are with its founder, its management and its private investors, i.e. they're not open to public. But on the other hand, a public company is a company whose ownership is divided into units of shares, stocks, and are presented in the market after IPO, that is initial public offering. Now, it varies from company to company that it might be a very small part that is open to public in stocks and shares. It may be a partial part, or it may be all of it part, or a very large part of a company's ownership that is open to public. And so now that we have discussed the basic difference between private and a public company, so in the first step, a public company after issuing its IPO, initial public offering, are open to the share market to trade. I feel that for today, this much information is sufficient enough to conclude today's episode. I will meet you all in the next episode with rest of the details. Till then, keep smiling and keep exploring. This will be the conclusion of our today's discussion. To watch more of this content, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, and we'll keep the videos coming. A KH production.